Hi, I watched Cutie Pie and here's my review. Lian and Kea are childhood friends who have been arranged by their families to get married when they were just kids. Growing up, they get to change and form their own personalities, and because of this, Kea is afraid that Lian would not like him for who he became. My overall feeling on this drama is a big disappointment. I was quite excited because of Z, but unfortunately it didn't live up to my expectations at all. I do like some things, of course. I think I really like the very beginning of the drama. Also, the acting is not bad. It's not perfect, especially I think for the actors who plays Kontyo. Bit okay, but it does have a very great scene that I'm going to mention in the spoiler part. So there's not much drama in the drama, in a sense that it's pretty chill. It's a pretty chill ride to watch this drama. Also, well, we can't lie, pretty good kisses, but the thing is you can't just make a good drama based on kisses and stuff like that. Also, the side characters are pretty likable too. I think, for example, of Fui, who is sometimes a bit too over the top, but it's what also makes his character so funny and interesting. And a scene that I find very cute. They wanted to make him kind of the weird guy, but he's pretty cute and, in a sense, kind of the nicest guy. So, yeah, like the side characters overall. And also something that I did appreciate is some little message or morals they tried to put in this drama. I wrote just one, for example, is when Konrak, I think it's a friend of Kea, is being a tease with Kea because of something private. And Kea is getting very tired of it, and he tells him that he has to stop because he don't want to have bad feelings for him and it's very annoying for him, so he would like if he could stop. And the friend is very comprehensive, he understands. It's a small message that's thrown out there, but it's a very powerful message, I think, because it's true that it's important. But that's about it for the things I like, and then it's just, I think, disappointment, confusion, and sometimes boredom. Unfortunately, this drama wasn't done for me. I think it's just not for me, not my drama. So if you haven't watched it, go make your own opinion, but it's not necessarily a drama I would recommend. Like I always say, if you want to try it, make your own opinion. If you loved it, it's great, but it's not for me, and I'm going to explain a bit more why now in a spoil part. Alright, so my first feeling entering the drama was to be very confused. First, why was Lian and Hia acting this way towards Kea and Hontyo? I never really understood why they act this way with them at the beginning. Second is, was Kea in England for such a long time that they almost became strangers? Because I understand being separated for a while, but they were still childhood friends. I think it was made clear that they spent a lot of years being friends. And yeah, I just find it confusing overall that they would not keep contact or that they would change that much. So how long time passed, it's never really mentioned, so that got me confused. And the last thing that can actually tie to the first thing I said is, was Lian never in love with Kea at the beginning? Or did he already love him? Did he not? If he did, why was he acting this way? If he didn't, then he fell in love pretty quickly for no real reason, which made me think that he did love Kea before. But then why was he acting this way? Very confusing. Really, these parts I couldn't understand, so started the drama very confusing like this. Then comes the point where I get very disappointed. So at first we get to know Kea as like being this overly nice guy who kind of erases himself for the person he likes, who lets the person he likes take all the decisions and being very in charge, you know, so he can move around kind of freely to please the person in front of him. So we're introduced to him this way. But then it is revealed that he is actually not like that at all. And we have some kind of inner monologue as he is playing nice in front of Lien. And at that moment, tell me if it did this to you, but I actually thought CUTIE was very, how to say this, not some kind of hardcore type of guy. I don't know if you know what I mean, but someone with a very, very strong personality, actually. When this is revealed pretty early, suddenly I became so much more interested in the story because I found the idea very interesting of this person who completely hides his real identity and how he really is to the person in front of him. But it turns out that his personality isn't actually different from what he is at the beginning. It's just his tastes, his hobbies that he hides. Disappointment. Huge disappointment. Because they make it seem like he has this very, very strong personality and that he's actually going to go against Z at some point. And that I don't like to use this term because I don't like this type of things of top and bottom. I don't like it. It's useless. I don't like it. But I can't find the word. But if I wanted to say, the closest I can think of is a power bottom. So, like I said, I don't like to use this, but I don't know how to explain it in another sense. So I thought he was going to have a very strong personality and that Z would find himself at loss and actually discover that he likes CUTIE this way so much more and fall in love with him because of this. But turns out, no, like I just said, his personality is pretty much exactly the same as he is at the beginning, except that, yeah, instead of liking piano, I like the drums. So very, very, very so disappointed about this because, yeah, this little introduction is very misleading, in my opinion. Tell me if you thought the same. But in the span of like 5 to 10 minutes, I went from, wow, this is incredible, to, oh, okay, okay. And yeah, and it also waters down throughout the drama because at first when he talks about his personality and everything, we see him riding his motorcycle, we see him playing the drums, but later on we don't see any of that again. Yeah, we see him driving once, but that's it. And yeah, then he just sings. He doesn't do the drums anymore. I don't know, very, very disappointing. It feels like I'm rambling, but yeah, so disappointed by that. Then I got a bit bored because nothing really happens in the drama. It's a bit almost the same. It doesn't really move forward. And since I was very disappointed in CUTIE's personality, yeah, I was just bored. It took me a long time. Another thing is, for a very long time, I wasn't really feeling the relationship between both Lien and CUTIE, and also Hai and Kondyo, both their relationships. And at some point, I do think that the friendship that CUTIE and Kondyo have is so good. It's a very, very good friendship, and I think it's a friendship which should see more often in Dramaland because they really tell each other everything and they really do help each other a lot, which I think is how friends should be. So this is a very, very good relationship, and I swear that at some point I kind of started shipping them more because I thought that, yeah, these two are on the same footage, on the same place, they are equals, there is no one above the other, it's not like some kind of power game or something like with their respective partner. And staying on Kondio real quick, so like I said in the non-spoil part, is that I think this actor is the one with the weakest acting of them all, but he does have a scene that I was very, very, very impressed with while watching. And this is the scene when Hye makes his love confession to him, and he goes through such emotions where he's crying, but at the same time he's smiling because he's so happy, but he's crying of happiness. And so this scene, this moment, wow, it really struck me. I think it must be very difficult to act something like that. So yeah, props to the actor, because he really touched me a lot with this scene alone. And he kind of, I wouldn't say, you know, I think I saw him under a new light thanks to this scene. So yeah, really awesome scene that I wanted to mention. Lastly, what I want to address is something that didn't bother me for most of the drama, but towards the end I really couldn't take it anymore, and it's Kue's hypocrisy. So to put into context, if you've seen it a while ago, is that Kue is lying all the time, actively lying all the time to Lien about his hobbies, what he likes and what he dislikes and what he does. So he's been actively doing that. And on the other hand, Lien has been hiding, not actively lying, but hiding from Kue, you know, this whole thing about the property, how he got them to his name, why, okay. But when Kue gets to know that Lien has been doing that, he gets very mad, I think, in a sense that he lied to him, which first isn't very true. He hid it. It's not the same as lying. It's pretty different, actually. And in the end, okay, you can't really compare hiding things of your personality. I mean, this thing with the properties and everything, of course, it's a subject, a more important subject, a more serious subject, if I could say. But at the end of the day, it was nothing bad, and he just never told you about it. So I just really don't like this, because even then, he complains about this, that Lien never told him, that he should have, and everything. But at the same time, while he is saying that, he keeps actively lying to Lien about his own personality. I don't know. It's just at the end, it really got me mad really quickly at the end about this. You can't be mad about someone hiding things from you when you lie about literally every single thing about yourself. I don't know, it's really hypocrite. At the end of the day, it's also the moment that made me realize how pointless and how stupid the idea of lying about such trivial things is. Especially with all the hints he had that Lien already knew. So it also adds stupidity to the thing. It didn't really make sense. It's very stretched, I think. And that's it for this drama. Unfortunately, I don't have much nice things to say. Nice side characters, acting not that bad overall, nice kiss scenes, sure. But plot-wise, there's nothing much really going on. And yeah, confusing, disappointing, and boring. At least for me. For me, that's how I saw this drama. And I also ended up fast-forwarding the whole last episode because I just wanted to be done with it. At this point, I really didn't care much anymore. So yeah, not a drama I would necessarily recommend. If asked about it, you watch it, you make your own opinion. If you love it, it's great. If you don't, well, I don't like it either, so it makes it too. But yeah, if you've seen it, tell me your thoughts about it. I know some people really liked it and some people really didn't like it, just like I did, but I think it's part of the game. It's a bit the magic of taste, right? But yeah, don't hesitate to tell me your own thoughts about it. With this, I'm done and I'll see you in another video. Bye bye!